But this, believe it or not, is going to be the most dramatic thing I probably said on camera, is that it tastes like a grilled cicada.
How do you know what a grilled cicada tastes like?
How do you not know?
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm here with Chef Jay of Nomade and Lucky Robot. We are on location today at Nomade here in Austin. How's it going, Chef?
Doing well.
It's good seeing you again.
Good to see you.
So tell me, what was the concept inspiration here at Nomade? When did it come around? Because you were doing Lucky Robot already, right? And now you switched to doing a Yucatan Mexican cuisine.
Yeah.
But your sources are mainly still seafood.
That's right.
For both restaurants, right?
100%, yeah. So I've been doing sushi now for 20 some odd years, right? And I love sushi. It's still one of the biggest loves of my life. But, for chefs, I think you can agree with this. We love to travel.
Yeah.
And I wound up traveling down to the Yucatan with my business partner, with my partner. We wanted to bring that same feeling of the relaxation that you get, the hospitality you get down there, and we want to bring that back to Austin. So this is how Nomade came about. A lot of it is Tulum inspired.
Right.
So, we're sitting outside right now. I think that you're very familiar with it.
I am. I've been to Tulum multiple times, a lot of times actually. I remember the first time coming here, I just fell in love with the spot. It was just like, damn, it really does transport you to the Yucatan, especially around, Tulum. And it's like you get the vibes right away. Right when you walk in here, it's like you're on vacation, and then the food comes out.
Yeah.
The food for you and I is like, it needs to be the star of the show.
100%.
The first time I was here, I was just like every note was hit perfectly. I remember you said your salsa, like, hey, this is spicy. I was like, thank you. They don't play around in Yucatan either. They use a lot of habaneros there. We were talking about various varieties, and I think you use all of them here, right? And then you manipulate each pepper into different sauces, and very much so like Mexico. You don't find one note. It's multiple notes, I mean, you were part of the Uchi brigade.
I was.
For a while.
That's right.
Explain to me, like, when you're in Austin, it's hard to get away from the Uchi alumni. There's so many of you guys.
There really are.
But you guys have helped transform the city, and I'm really appreciative of that, because when I moved here in 2002, there wasn't much of that going around at all. It seemed like this tree just spread all of the seeds everywhere, and you can feel that and see that in Austin almost everywhere. And you're a big part of that too.
So Uchi for me was 2004.
Oh, that's early.
So it was super early.
Yeah.
I think they'd been open about 6 months. And I had the wonderful opportunity to work with Tyson Cole when he was actually still working the line. And so I got to learn a whole bunch from him. I learned about his precision, how to be a hard worker. His creativity is just unparalleled.
Right.
Like his vision for food and how to design plates was just phenomenal. And I learned so much from him, but not even just him. There were so many people that got through those doors that now have restaurants.
Right.
And they were all the OGs, Matsusayo, Yoshiokai, Moto. Like, they're all the OGs, and now they all have staple restaurants around town. Tyson actually came into where I was originally working, which is Benihana. And I wasn't one of the Teppan guys, so everyone asked me if I was a Teppan chef. I wasn't a Teppan chef. I was a sushi chef. But he'd come in at the time, and he sat at the sushi bar, and he kind of like pitched the restaurant. Like, hey, I'm opening a restaurant, if you feel it, why don't you swing by?
Yeah.
At that time, I'd learned as much as I could at Benihana.
Right.
I'd been there about 1.5 years. So I went in, it's like, yo, I want to change. And he's like, okay, great. So he brought me on.
So before even the whole being holiday thing, you went to UT for neurobiology.
That's right. That's right.
Did you finish that program?
I did.
Yeah, and then where did that lead you?
It led me to cooking.
Yeah.
But science came really natural. So I did neurobiology. I really, really enjoyed it. I did the internships like you would, like to go to med school. I just didn't feel it.
Yeah.
The second I stepped foot in a kitchen, and I was given a part-time job in the kitchen, the second I stepped foot in the kitchen, I fell in love. Just being around the people, the energy, the connection to people, it's life-changing. And it was such a welcome break from just like the day in and day out of studying. The lineage of cooks actually goes way back. My mom didn't share this with me until recently, but my grandmother was a cook. We had a little boba shop in Taiwan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And my grandmother would make what we call bentong, which is a bento box in Taiwan. And she didn't share this with me for a really long time until I was like, hey, listen, I really love doing this. And she's like, well, so did your grandmother. We talk about the Yucatan and we talk about talking about Taiwan, right? And it's an island country with a lot of outside influences. Well, the Yucatan being a peninsula also had a lot of internal and external influences. The Maya being one of the biggest influence. So Yucatec Maya is the traditional cuisine of the region. So an homage to the Maya, we have Sikil Pak, which is a traditional pumpkin seed hummus. Do a little bit different, a little fresh touch with those confit tomatoes on top. And then there was a large Lebanese influence. So the Lebanese also came over in the early 1900s.
I didn't know that either.
Mm-hmm. I love to introduce this dish because it's a simple dish. Bread is something that is in every culture. We do something different. I made this gluten-free, and and I know that the simplest recipes take the longest time.
Right.
This recipe took me 6 months to figure out, and my wife had to eat every terrible version that I've ever created until we got to this.
So what was the first version and the last version?
Oh my God, the first version, I can't even remember. I ate so many, I legit ate like 50 different kinds of flatbread, like from hockey pucks to like very, very bad pancakes, right? To this. This is gonna be our coconut flatbread that we do with a little rice flour, and then this gets risen in our wood oven. Yeah, so let's dig in. The way I love to eat this is like you do, just grab your bread.
Okay.
You can share with me. Here you go. And
thank you.
A piece of that tomato with the dip. And this has this beautiful pocket that, I tried so hard to make. Just like that.
So this bread is like nice and moist and spongy on the inside.
Nice and spongy.
What starch are you using?
It's gonna be rice flour and tapioca.
I was gonna guess tapioca because Asians, our main starch is tapioca starch, and to get that chewiness, I think tapioca does the best.
A little secret, because this is gluten-free. The gluten that we use for this is psyllium.
Like psyllium husk, psyllium? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you have Metamucil in here?
I have Metamucil. I put Metamucil in this bread, that's right.
Man, that means my digestive tract is gonna be on point for the day.
That's right. So psyllium husk is the binder for this bread. And that's how we get it to rise.
What iteration was that you figured that one out?
Dude, that was like 50.
That was it, huh?
That was 50. It was it, and it rose.
So that was the catalyst that you needed, was a psyllium husk.
That's right.
I never thought about using natural fibers like psyllium to as a binder, but it makes sense. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a natural thing, and it's fiber.
It's fiber.
Literally, it's fiber.
Yeah.
There's this trick I have before I eat super spicy foods.
What's that?
I take Metamucil an hour ahead of time. So the psyllium husk actually coats your digestive tract.
Okay.
And it keeps the capsaicin from attaching to your tract.
Really? I did not know that.
So there's a little trick I've been doing for probably like a decade now. So before crawfish season, before all the spicy foods come out, we're about normally go eat like hot pot with mala broth.
Yeah.
I'm taking double dose of psyllium husk, and I'm like, I'm good. I'll go eat everything I want.
Yeah.
And the next day, I'm great. You know what I mean? So
Everyone else is hurting, but
Yeah.
you're like, I'm good.
So there's a little trick, guys. Psyllium husk for spice.
I say next time Bob offers you a shot of psyllium husk,
There's a
he's
reason,
not
right?
playing.
Yeah. So tell me what's all included in here besides. So the green stuff, is that the pumpkin seeds there?
Yep, that's a pumpkin seed hummus, and then we have the confit tomatoes on top. Yeah, again, it's like really basic, really simple. You talk about Yucatecan food, like the core tenets of Yucatecan food: smoky, sour, and spicy.
Right.
Right. So to create the base, we toast the seeds, and then we char the onion and tomato.
Oh, always.
You
Yeah.
gotta do it over fire.
Yeah. Always.
Like, that's like Yucatan, right? Yucatec Maya. So that char then gives you that depth of flavor. We talked about this earlier. A lot of my food here at Nomade is my interpretation of how I would like to eat.
Right. But it's not like you do it without research and development, right? You have yourself, you have your chefs that travel with you.
I do. One of the people I was inspired by is Rick Bayless. I'm not sure if you ever
Right.
watched Rick Bayless, but one of the things that he did at his restaurants that just was so wonderful is he would travel with the chefs. He would take him to a part of Mexico. They would learn about the cuisine, and then they go back to Frontera and implement that into their new menu. So when we opened this restaurant, that was one of my biggest goals, and I was able to fulfill that goal last year. I took Z down there, and we got a chance to really experience like the traditional cuisine. And as you guys have seen, I've now traveled down there 6 times.
Yeah. I mean,
in a very short period of time.
that's a testament to your dedication to your craft. It's like, you go to the source and you still, I mean, I 100%, I know you still learn every single trip you go there. There's always something to learn.
Oh, 100%. So we talk about traveling down to the Yucatan. Yucatan's bigger than people think. It's more than Tulum, right? So we did capture the Tulum vibe here. But the other place I really love to travel to is Merida. So the Yucatan had a ton of Spanish influence, and Merida being one of the main cities. Merida, Campeche, and Valladolid. And anytime you go to Merida, you have to go to Manjar Blanco. And this is their specialty.
Okay.
So if you go down to Yucatan, everyone's gonna ask you, did you have panuchos? So this is a panucho. It's gonna be a tortilla that's been puffed and then stuffed with black bean, deep fried till crispy. And of course on top, we have that slow cooked pork, that cochinita pibil, a little chini peck on top, just kind of a Yucatecan pico. And last but not least, we talk about spice, the charred habanero salsa.
Yes.
This thing will light you up.
I love getting lit up in the morning. Tell me, this is one of your inspirations here. The pork is slowly braised for a long time. Do you char it anyway over fire beforehand, or this one is just like straight braised?
This is a straight braise. We do char some banana leaf. That's kind of our little secret.
Okay.
A little banana leaf, because traditionally it's put in wrapped in banana leaf,
Right.
and then slow cooked underground, right? I don't think the health department will really like it if I'm digging holes and putting something underground. So we do a slow cook on it, and then we emulate it with that charred banana.
Right.
So the way I like to eat this, and as Americans, we like to like take the sausages, get it on
Yeah.
there. I recommend little dabs.
Okay.
And then I think a lot of people are confused when they see a panucho, like, is it a taco? Is it a tostada? It's a topper, so you can eat it like a tostada. You can break it in half, however you want, but I definitely like just a little bit of habanero.
Just a little bit.
Well, everyone's little bit is a little bit different.
But we already have our stomachs coated with some psyllium.
That's right.
All right.
It's a big bite.
Oh yeah. I was wondering why you stuffed this with black beans on the inside. Well, it's like texture-wise, you get fresh veggies and herbs. When you get through that crunch, it doesn't stop there.
Mm-hmm.
You have another layer of the bean there. This is amazing.
Look at Bob's just going after it, huh?
Oh,
You know, what's really interesting too is like as you eat this, the spice is tempered by the cochinita and by the avocado. So it's not like super spicy.
no, this is great.
And I think the crazy thing too, like we talk about panuchos, right? In the Yucatan, a lot of what people know about cuisine, they think about Playa del Carmen, they think about Cancun, they think about Tulum, now they think about Bacalar. That whole region, the whole eastern side of the Yucatan in Quintana Roo was not, does not have a lot of culture. Like there was like some pockets of Maya out there, but it wasn't developed until the 1960s. So the food culture is not strong.
Right.
But Merida, they've been there since the 1400s. Like the oldest church there is from 1540.
Oh, wow.
That's when the Spanish finished the last church there. And they actually wind up taking stones from the old Maya temples to build that church.
Of course they did.
Of course they did. But a lot of these traditions still live on in that region. So like, that's why I love traveling there, because you get to like the true essence of the Yucatec Maya culture, right? I love Tulum.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love Tulum. I love hanging out on the beach. And honestly, what Tulum does for Yucatan and for Mexico is innovation, right? There's some dishes we'll try in a minute that really evoke the same emotions of Tulum for me. So the menu here kind of toes both sides.
Mm-hmm.
We want to respect the tradition, but we also want to talk about innovation.
That kind of reminds me of how Austin is. Austin is a very innovative town when it comes to culinary.
It is.
When you go to Houston, there's a lot more immigrants there. So your food's gonna be a lot more traditional.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're in Austin, we tend to take the liberty of being innovative while sticking to traditional flavors, techniques. We want to showcase the cuisine in a different light to get other people that aren't used to eating our cuisine to kind of like give it a try.
Yeah. All right, so we were talking about Tulum, and you know, anytime I go to Tulum, I think of fire, right? You go to Heartwood, you go to Arca, and you look back in the kitchen, it's just like this raging fire. And that raging fire always has shrimp on it. So, of course, I had to put shrimp on the menu.
Yeah.
So we have our grilled Gulf white shrimp, some charred habanero, mango, and then a pineapple pipián sauce. This is kind of an ode to the Asian culture as well. So the original idea was a pineapple curry. Pipián being a pepita or a pumpkin seed based sauce in the Yucatan and in Mexico. So we just took that, fortified it with pineapple juice, and then a little pineapple fish sauce.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That pineapple fish sauce has been a game changer in my kitchen too.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it?
Yeah. I buy by the case.
Yeah?
Easily by the cases.
Yeah, dig in. So I recommend eating the tail with the sauce, and then, you know, the head, of course. Taking the head.
Oh, you know.
Well, I know you know.
You know, we don't play. That char really does make it. I mean, like for some reason, whenever you char the exoskeleton of a prawn or shrimp, that flavor profile is unmatched.
Well, yes.
So I'm gonna tell you a little thing that I don't think y'all know. Like when you grill exoskeleton anything, it has such a unique flavor. But this, believe it or not, is gonna be the most dramatic thing I probably said on camera, is that it tastes like a grilled cicada.
How do you know what a grilled cicada tastes?
How do you not know?
So, you know, growing up as a kid, we harvest cicadas. You hear them all the time. And so you look for them as you're like up in the trees. And my uncle had this bright idea. He got a broomstick, put double-sided tape on there, and what he'll do is he'll tap the wings of the cicada so that it can't go anywhere. And that's how we catch them. As soon as we get them, we pluck the wings off so they can't go anywhere. And we just have we make multiple cicada dishes.
So what's the flavor of cicada?
It tastes like exoskeleton of that shrimp head.
Okay.
So it may be off-putting to some. What does that shrimp head taste like to you?
It's got this seafoody, rich, fatty richness to it.
And then the outside is like this smoky char flavor.
Smoky char flavor.
And that's kind of how the cicada tastes like.
Well, isn't it interesting that like different societies eat like these insects, right? Like, you have chapulín, right, in Mexican cuisine.
Yeah.
Guisano, like they'll eat the worms, right? And some people eat scorpion.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, speaking of sustainability,
yeah.
Is there a cicada farmer out there?
All right.
We're talking about a lot of influences. You said that this has a little bit of Asian influence. How's your family, like your mom or your grandma or you and your dad, how they influenced your cooking? And do they enjoy some of the stuff you put out, or are they very, Asian mom, dad critics?
They're Asian mom, dad critics. So I would say my parents are not adventurous eaters. I'm not sure how yours are, but no salts, no sugar, no spice. It's actually quite the opposite of the way that I typically cook.
Right.
So it's really interesting to the juxtaposition between what I eat at home and what I eat here. When I go back to Houston and enjoy a nice clean dinner with my family, she still makes a lot of the Taiwanese classics.
Has that had any influence on some of your menu items? I mean, not just here, but like in general.
Yeah, absolutely. You talked about rolling dumplings earlier,
Yeah.
right? Oh, we have my mom's recipe over at Lucky Robot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, probably a little more salt than she would use, a little more sugar than she would use, and then we top it with salsa matcha, a little more spice than she would use, but definitely an ode to my mom.
Yeah.
And everything that she's given me.
I feel the same way whenever I'm trying to cook my mom's dish, right? Like, it's great when we grew up eating it, but then our flavor profiles have changed too.
They have.
Like, I like a lot more heat.
Yeah.
I like a lot more citrus. My mom likes stuff on the sweeter side,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean it wasn't good.
Yeah. A lot of the dishes that I have on the menu here at Nomade are seafood forward. That's kind of my specialty, right? Again, we talked about all the different influences to the region, and one of the big influences was the Afro-Caribbean influence, and namely out of a town called Campeche on the west side, one of the 3 major Spanish cities. And so we have a kind of a Caribbean curry. There's no curry powder in it, but more coconut based, so Caribbean curry on the bottom. And then a beautiful sea bass from Ensenada, another sustainable farm outside of Ensenada, off of Isla Todos Santos. So they grow this beautiful striped bass that we grill over oak, get that really nice crispy skin, and top it with a beautiful herb salad.
So people knock fish farming all the time. What's the reason behind that? I'm gonna dig in while you talk.
Yeah, fish farming is difficult. So when you farm fish, you have to take care of it. Again, you go back to the analogy of a fish tank. If you have a fish tank, you have to feed the fish. You have to clean the tank. You have to understand what they like or what they don't like, and then you have to know when to pull them. Specifically with these guys, these are ocean raised, right? And these ocean raised fish, outside of the pen, there are tons of predators that want to eat you, right? So imagine that you're just a tasty snack for a great white shark or
Right.
a seal, just like swimming around your pen going, hey, how do I eat you? And what was interesting about this farm in particular, there were a lot of seals. So the fish farm had a group of divers that have to go down
Right.
every other day to repair the nets. And you go down, repair the nets, come back up, and then next day go down, repair the net, because those seals, they're tenacious. They want food,
Right.
and it's right there. It's crazy.
Like,
Poultry.
who's that guy that's brave enough to say, yeah, let me go mend this net while this shark is inside the tank?
I don't know. There are definitely cavaliers out there, but you know, it's a pretty exciting job for anyone that wants to like dive down there and like really just be a part of the action.
This sauce here, describe it. What is this? Tell me about this sauce with this sea bass.
It's like a Caribbean curry, so you got a little coconut.
Yeah, I got the coconut
charred
creaminess.
onion and garlic, some red bell pepper, and ricotta rojo. So that achiote that we're talking about.
Yeah. That's and the chili is a ricotta. Talking about spicy chilies, that's unassuming.
Of course, a little habanero. Yeah, a little bit of spice in there, right?
The creaminess, the citrus balance of this whole thing, amazing with the sea bass. And charred skin, right? That's the secret to cooking the sea bass,
right?
Or most fish.
If you can't char the skin, it's not done right.
Yeah, but tell me how you char the skin on this one without overcooking everything else.
You get that grill like medium hot, so you don't want it too close to the flame. A little trick, right? Like you just leave the fish out and let that skin dry out for a little bit. Most people, they don't do that. Like just let it sit out for a second, and then that'll help you get that nice crisp skin.
No need to salt the skin or anything like that?
Salt the skin a little bit, Have pat it dry and put it on the grill.
Amazing tip. There you go, guys. A little salt, pulls moisture out, pat it dry.
The fish or the product will let you know when it's done.
Yeah.
Like the second it releases, you know that you cooked it to that perfect crispiness.
So I think one of my favorite parts of doing this show is being able to learn through other chefs. Not only like your history about you, your culture, but just the way you run your show, the way you cook, the way you plate. I wasn't privy enough to go to culinary school, so I learned on the fly.
You know what I mean? Same, yeah.
And sometimes I think that's best just because you're more willing to put yourself out there and say, I don't know.
Yeah. 100%.
Teach me.
Yeah, teach me. Show me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you show me next time we cook together.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to.
Lately, I don't watch a lot of cooking shows anymore. Ever since I got in the industry, I don't watch as much as I should, but because I want to get my own inspiration somewhere else.
Of course, yeah.
You know, and that's by traveling, by eating at other places, like literally tasting, smelling, feeling, stepping foot in a different country and not knowing what you have in store for you. And then you stop by a gas station and you're like, I'll try whatever you have here. Yeah. And then that person will tell you where to go. And next thing you know, you're on this wild goose chase of trying to find the best street food in Mexico.
Yeah, that's how I feel every time I go back to Merida. I go and I literally walk the streets.
Yeah.
And that's where I find my inspiration. Because, you know, nowadays you can literally find a recipe anywhere.
Yeah.
But finding a recipe doesn't connect you to the people here to the land. And I've met so many wonderful chefs that did like literally share their entire recipe with me the first time I meet them. So that's what I love so much about going back down to Merida and the Yucatan. And I'm glad I learned about cicadas today. That beautiful cicada sauce.
So for people out there, you know, we all have our own thoughts about what sustainable is, right? What's your definition of sustainability?
I think in terms of sustainability, at its core is we are abiding by practices that allows for the fishery to be available for generations to come. Felt good about that for a real long time. But as I learned more, because this was also the beginning of my journey in seafood sustainability, I realized that there's more to it, right? There's greenwashing that happens, some NGO initiatives that might happen, but what can we really do to understand sustainability and then fix the root cause of it, right? So sustainability is not just about the seafood, not just about the fish, it's also about equity for the people that get the fish for you.
Right.
Here at Nomade, one of the things that we're working on is we're working on sourcing and tracing seafood from the Yucatan to the United States. I think a huge part, again, we can make an impact as chefs, and I want my impact to be seafood sustainability, but really more than anything, I want to give back to the communities that give to us, right? We're trying to sing the praises of the Yucatan, but then we have to then go all the way back, trace it all the way back.
Right.
Are they living a good life as well? If they're not living a good life, then then how are we doing our job
Right.
as well? And you think about like we want the best, right? We want the best for our families. So as a chef, my job is to provide the best for my family within my four walls here, but also the families that provide for us, right? We want the best ingredients, so we will pay the price,
Right.
right? Literally and figuratively, we'll pay the price to make sure that they get a nice, quality of life on their end.
How was the reception from the locals whenever you arrived, and you're not even of Hispanic or Latin origin whatsoever? Here you are,
and my Spanish sucks too.
Yeah. You're an Asian American that travels down to Yucatan trying to champion their cause, right? And trying to make sure they have a better life. And how was the reception to that? Do they understand? Does that come through?
It does. They're not calling me Chino or anything, but like.
Are you sure?
they might be. I'll say the Yucatec Maya people are the most warm, inviting people I've ever met in my whole entire life. And they're so open, and the second you get down there, they're like, come with me, let me show you, try this, eat this. It's so amazing. So here at Nomade, we've been here about 2 years. And I think one of the things that we really want to continue exploring is our relationship with the fishermen down there. So like I said, we travel down there with Whole Chain, and we're creating this whole traceability program. And we're really on the precipice of bringing it to market here in Austin. And we hope to finish that project, doing a documentary with Whole Chain as well. And then hopefully South by Southwest coming around the corner, we'll be able to unveil
Nice. Do you have any other future projects in mind for another concept? Or is this concept of bringing sustainability practices and traceability to America is your main goal right now?
I think the traceability is my main goal right now. So we're gonna, make a really strong push for this restaurant, giving equity to the fishermen down in the Yucatan, and then maybe we'll think about it next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think restaurants like myself could use a little bit of your help, right? Because we get intimidated because there's so many sources to get protein, and it's hard because sometimes we lean into what I can get now versus what's available, sustainably available, and bringing that and put it on the menu. I think with a steward like yourself, I think you can help push the Austin agenda and hopefully like nationwide, worldwide with that, and really put a dent on, being sustainable in the world. Chef, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Everything I've had was not only gorgeous, but amazing balanced flavor. I mean, it shows your creativity, but it really shows you how well you embrace the other cultures. I think you've done a great job of sharing their story.
I appreciate
it so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.